Welcome, people, to the world of beauty, my world. Yeah, so if you're new on here, please subscribe, and guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So, you wonder why I'm all excited, right? Because, I'm in a romantic mood today. That was the mood in which this piece was created. Yeah, so just in case you were wondering what look to rock for Valentine, you know, you wanted to look all beautiful, all glam, because you wanted that romantic look, you know, you're at the right place. I created this look with that in mind. I actually did my eyes this exact colors because I felt these colors remind me of the colors of the sunset, which is probably like the most romantic sight ever in the whole world. So, and of course I went with the classic red lips because red is the color of love. We all know that. So if you want to know how I did this, how I did the makeup, and of course how I styled my natural hair, just keep watching.
So first off, I'm going to be priming my face using my Miracle Face Primer. Then I went ahead to do my brows off camera. I primed my eye using my Milani concealer. Then I set it using the Benai banana powder. Then I went in with my Black Opal portable eyeshadow, this beautiful brown shade, and I put that above my crease using a blending brush. So I'm going in with this burgundy color from my Nuban Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I'm packing that with a smaller crease brush right in my crease, in my outer crease specifically, then blending it inwards. So now I'll be taking this red shade with a smaller crease brush, and I'm going to be packing it right there in my crease, at the outer corner of my crease, to get that really intense look. I'll be using the clean brush right now to just blend everything right in to make sure there are no harsh lines. Now I'll be going in with this light brown shade with another blending brush, and then just blending everything right in to make sure it's seamless. I'll be going in with this champagne gold color from my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette to highlight my brow. And now I'm going back with that same clean blending brush that I used before to just blend everything right in. So now I'm using my NYX Jumbo pencil in milk to prime my mobile lids, and I just use my finger to pat it right in. I'll be taking this rose pink color and applying it halfway through my mobile lid. So I'm taking the orange color from the same Sleek Sunset palette and packing it right from the middle to the outer corner of my mobile lid. I'm layering it on for more intensity. So now I'll be going in with that wine shade and applying it on the outer corner of my eyes. So when I'm done with that, I'll just clean all the eyeshadow fallouts with a wet wipe. Then now I'm lining my eyes, I'm winging it out. So I'm going to apply my lashes. I'm using the Motives eyelash. I just primed my lip using a lip balm. Then I'm going in with a red Goron pencil to line my lips. I'm just filling in with the pencil to create a base for my lipstick. Then I'm going to be taking the Milani lipstick in the shade 09. It's red. So I'll just apply that on my lips. So I'm going to be taking my Mary Kay foundation in the shade 607 and 708. I have to mix it to get the right shade for me. So I'm just going to be applying that using my beauty blender. Blend everything right in perfectly. So I'm going to be going in with my LA Girl concealer in the shade Toffee, and I'm going to be highlighting my under eye area, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead. I'll be using my beauty blender to blend that right in, and of course we already know the beauty blender is damp. It works best when it's damp, so I'll just be patting it in to make sure that the concealer is well blended in. So now I like to do my under eye area last because it has the tendency to crease. So I'm just going to set with my Benai banana powder. I'll set the areas I've already blended out: my forehead, my bridge of my nose, my chin, and my cupid's bow, before I go right into my under eye area. And immediately I use my beauty blender to blend out the concealer. I set it with my Benai banana powder immediately so that it doesn't crease. I'm going to repeat the same thing with the other under eye concealer. I'm just going to be applying that Benai banana powder right there under my contour. I'm going to be using my LA Girl foundation. This is the LA Girl Perfecting Liquid Makeup Foundation in the shade Cocoa. I think this is the darkest shade, so I'm just going to be using this to contour the corners of my forehead, that's my temple, the sides of my nose, underneath my cheekbones and my cupid's bow. And I also used it around my chin area. I really wanted to make my chin as pointed as possible. So I'm blending that right in with my beauty blender. So while I let my face bake for some minutes, I got out my wine Goron pencil to really line my lips because I didn't like the look of using the red pencil alone. I wanted the wine to make it pop more. So now I'm going in with my powder brush and I'm just brushing out the excess powder. We're done baking. So after I was done brushing off all the excess powder, I went in with my Iman powder in the shade Clay 4 and I applied that right on my face, mostly on the highlighted areas and the areas where there was no highlight or contour done. So the purpose of this is basically to make everything blend right in. You can see I'm focusing my brush on the point where I highlighted, the meeting point between my highlight and my contour, because I didn't want there to be a line of demarcation. You have to be really careful about that. So then I'm using the darkest shade from my Zaron palette, the shade MZ25, as my contour powder. I'm applying that right in the corners of my forehead, my temple, then using that to sculpt out my cheekbones. I'm using that same powder on my chin, my jawline. I'm going to be applying the same contour shade on my nose. the sides of my nose and my cupid's bow too. So back in with the powder brush to just blend. So now I'm using my black pencil to just line my waterline and using the darkest shade from my Sleek Sunset palette to smoke out my under eye. Then now I'm going in with my Tara Orekelewa blush. It's a beautiful red color, so I just applied that, and then I'm applying my Sonia Kashuk bronzer. I'm using it to highlight some certain areas of my face. I'm bronzing myself up right now. My cheekbones, my chin, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. I have a prominent forehead, so I try not to apply too much bronzer there. So I'm just setting everything with my Kiss Beauty setting spray. So we're done with makeup. Now it's time for the hair. I actually just did a flat twist on my hair. My hair has been washed. I have all my products in it, my shea butter, my coconut oil, my leave-in conditioner, before I did the flat twist, and then I did the 2-strand twist in the front of my hair. So I just unraveled everything now to style the hair. First of all, for my edges, I'm going in with the regular black gel. I like to use that first before I go in with my edge control, because I think it gives me less shine, which using the edge control alone gives me. It gets really oily, especially because we're in the tropical country here in Nigeria. So I use the gel before I use my edge control. Then now I'm just rolling up the hair towards the middle of my head, and I'm holding it down with a pin, with a bobby pin. I'm going to be using 2 bobby pins actually, and crossing them on top of each other in an X shape for that hold to be sure that it's going to stay all day. Then I'm going to be repeating the same thing on the other side of my head, rolling that one up towards the middle of my head and pinning it with 2 pins, crossing them on top of each other as I already said. So now I'm going to unravel the twists. I'm just separating everything to make it fuller. Then I'm using my comb to just pick out the curls. I'm not combing it out, guys. I'm just picking it out to make it look well arranged and fluffy. So now for the top of the bangs that I have in front of the hair, I'm going to just roll it up to one side. You can leave it if you feel maybe that flatters your face the most, but I wanted to roll it to one side. Then I'm going to be holding that down with a bobby pin. Just, attending to my edges again, using my toothbrush to make sure everything is sleek and well laid. So now I'm spraying, and that's my little spray bottle where I have my water, my leave-in conditioner, and a bit of coconut oil. I like to just use that once I'm done styling my hair before I step out. So for the second look, I just packed the hair at the back up and held it with a pin. So that's the finished look, guys. Thank you for watching.